Connell H. Stinkmeaner, one of the OG haters. Now, before I get into this, you must know what a nigga moment is. A nigga moment is basically when two dumbass niggas get into an argument over something very stupid, like one of them bumping into each other, and then it leads to something more serious like a shootout. But, you know, both of them have aim and don't hit anybody. Now that we have that out of the way, let's start with who gave this old man a driver's license. Look at the way he's driving. And then he's sitting here like, oh, nobody better be in my parking spot because he ran into granddad's car. Look at it. It's all wrecked. Look at the back. And then Robert's sitting here like, oh my god, look at my car. Bro, are you blind? He noticed that he had glasses on and asked if he was blind. And then Stinkmeaner was like, yes, I am. Then he starts pressing him and yelling at him and stuff like that. He just doing it for the love of the game. And just like that, Robert is stuck in a nigga moment. Then he steps on bro's shoes. They're brand new. He literally just got them earlier in the episode. And then it got to a point where Robert was like, all right, I can't do this. He could either, you know, let insurance handle it, or he can try and punch an old blind man. What do you think he did? Robert tried swinging on him, and Stinkmeaner was like, and just like that, bro got his ass beat by a blind nigga. And it wasn't even that. The local news knew about it. Even Mexico were calling him a piñata. Then, Robert starts training for a rematch. Huey mistakes Stinkmeaner for a blind samurai because of some dream that he had. I mean, I don't think I would believe that somebody was a blind samurai just because of a dream. And notice I said mistake. Because, we get to the rematch and Robert killed that nigga. He was just some old man that got lucky. And Robert thought that was it. Went back to, you know, doing his normal thing. So, Stinkmeaner is now in hell. And he even called the devil a bitch ass nigga. He's sitting here soloing all of these demons. Look at it. Long story short, the devil basically sent him back up to earth to fuck around with people again. And he possessed Tom's body. And then he sit around here messing around in his court and making Tom look stupid, making him look like a joke. Then we get back home to where Shorty is, and he sits here and beats his Shorty's cheeks. And to me, I'm just surprised she didn't notice, like, you know, his personality switched completely and he normally doesn't act like that. I don't know what Robert's doing on the computer, but you can probably imagine what he's doing. Stinkmeaner broke into the Freeman's house and started beating the shit out of all three of them. I mean, if Huey can't get him, then Riley definitely can't get him. It literally took 3 vases just to knock him out. And after they did that, tied him up to Riley's bed so that he could be exorcised. And, you know, well, Riley is Riley. So he was sitting here like, I don't want this stanky ass nigga on my bed. Why he gotta be on mine? Then they bring in the iconic Uncle Ruckus for the exorcism. And he's sitting here like, oh yes, the nigga is strong in here. If he gets desperate, he might try to rap. But their methods are as effective as your dad trying to help you at the kitchen table with your math homework. Huey figures out that Stinkmeaner and Uncle Ruckus both share a hate for other niggas. Them sharing that hate with each other is the key to get Stinkmeaner's soul out of Tom. To me, I can't believe they just figured out a cheat code to solving racism, but in reverse. I would go into more detail about the hateocracy and Stinkmeaner's clone, but this script is already super long, so we're gonna go on to the next one. Also, I have to be extremely careful with the clips that I use for this segment because you know who will probably block this video globally. Now, you're probably thinking, what is Godzilla doing on this list? Well, let me explain, alright? There has never been a giant radioactive lizard with a bigger hate boner than Godzilla. Okay, let me get into some details here. Some of his incarnations should be in the hating hall of fame. Like Godzilla GMK, he's basically all the World War II souls pissed at Japan. So he's just destroying everything, you know? A total xenophobe. There's Final Wars Godzilla. He's chilling in the Arctic after beefing with Gotengo. Gotengo. And even after being woken up to fight aliens and travel the world, he's sitting here wiping out monsters, even multiple at a time. Like, he's goated. Even after that, he still wanted to blast Gotengo. But his son stopped him. Yes, Godzilla does have a son. And I'm not gonna lie, that nigga is ugly as hell. Oh, and don't even let me get into Monsterverse Godzilla. He hates Kong's species because of the war that's been going on for millions of years. I mean, in Godzilla vs. Kong, he sensed this immediately and they went to straight up just beefing with each other, suplexing him off pyramids until Mothra intervened. But Godzilla -1 was the worst. Now, I'm gonna stop it right here because there are spoilers, okay? You might as well skip the rest of this part if you do not want any spoilers. He started by killing mechanics on Odo Island, then got nuked, mutated, and blamed humanity, wrecked the warship Takao, and then stomped through Tokyo, nuking the whole city, killing probably somewhere around 3,000 or more people. So, I mean, that's just died at that point. And he killed bro's girlfriend. At this point, he's just doing it for the love of the game. Remember when I said -1 was the worst? Yeah, I lied. It's actually Shin Godzilla. I'll be talking about his fourth form because it's the most recognizable. First, let's start off with his appearance. Look at him. That is terrifying. That ain't Godzilla no more. That's literally the spawn of Satan. And as per usual, he's wreaking havoc on Japan. Let me just say, his design is insane. It seems like the government doesn't really care about the fact that Japan is on fire. This was caused by Gojira's atomic breath. And what the hell is that? Look at that. His mouth is unhinging like a snake. On top of that, he can use his tail to shoot his breath. Also, did I mention that he's a whopping 388 feet tall? Not only that, but they figured out that he can indefinitely evolve, which means no matter the situation or the environment state, he can adapt to it. Also meaning that he could possibly get to a cosmic or universal level. There's a deleted scene from this movie, and it shows a piece of his body falling off after being attacked, and it becomes its own organism, further suggesting that that piece that fell off can grow into another Godzilla. And guess who his enemy is? It's humanity. It's humanity. This all happened because of a nuclear waste dump in the 1950s. So it's their fault Godzilla became the thing that he is today. Godzilla started out as just a fish. A fish. He has multiple forms, and each one led up to what you are seeing right now. At the end of the movie, it shows Godzilla frozen in place, because this says incapacitated. It shows his tail, and there are human-like skeleton things coming from it, just proving their evolution theory even more. That shit is terrifying. All I'm gonna say is, if he ends up getting wings or something like that, they're done. OG Doom Guy was basically Captain America on steroids. Bro is strong enough to make demons shit their pants. And he gets booted to Mars for knocking out a superior officer who ordered him to fire on civilians. You know, classic Doom Guy, he's not gonna fire on random people. On Mars, the UAC fucks around and opens a portal to hell. Surprise, surprise, not very much. All the Marines basically died except Doom Guy, and the only thing he had was a handgun and a whole lot of rage. Bro single-handedly solos a demon invasion. To cap it off, he killed the Barons of Hell. Plot twist, he gets ambushed and sent straight to hell. Maybe he died, maybe he didn't, I don't know. Either way, he tears through hell, kills the Cyber Demon and the Spider Mastermind, which when I fought him, I died at least 3 times before killing him, so he was really annoying. Goes back to Earth, only to find out that the demons crashed his crib and slimed out his family and pet rabbit Daisy. Look, they put her head on a pike. Alright bro, cue the music. Now, he's fueled by nothing but rage because, well, they did just slime out his entire family. He goes on a rage-induced rampage and kills the Icon of Sin, sacrificed himself in Doom 64 to close the portal to hell, spending eons killing demons, and, you know, time works differently because it's an entirely different realm from Earth, so there he meets the Night Sentinels, so he tears their asses up, probably literally because he can just rip demons in half like they're fucking toys. So he tears their asses up some more. You could basically call him a racist against demons. But before one battle, the Seraphim, aka Samuel Hayden, aka the one that took the Crucible in Doom 2016 at the end. And he basically just gave bro creative mode. Infinite stamina, speed, strength, all that. He's basically cracked. He's cracked at the game, so now he can just blitz through everything. And he also gets stronger with each kill. Some shit happens, the demons seal him away to Doom 2016, and in Doom Eternal, he kills the Khan Maker for being a trifling ass bitch secretly working with the demons. Kills the icon of sin again. And in the DLC, he kills the fucking creator of the universe in hell. This man's hatred for demons led him to kill God. So, yeah, maybe don't fuck around with his family. And also, you should play Doom. It's a good game.